Hey, what's up guys, this is Kobe Card Games, and welcome to another deck profile, and bro, it's been like a few months. I think it was like tier format last time I did a profile, but anyway, here is the 4th-ish place DDD deck profile. So, before I do continue, I'm going to have to explain what I mean by the title. So, I went 3-1 at locals yesterday, so that should have got me into Top Cup, but the only reason I didn't get into Top Cup was because of tiebreakers. Because of tiebreakers. The guy hosting the event even said, yeah, unlucky tiebreakers. So yeah, it is what it is. But I was told that I basically I tied for 4th basically, but I had lower points due to tiebreakers apparently. Not too fussed. The deck performed pretty well. I'm happy that I at least did somewhat decent with this deck in this format, because we've gone from graveyard control where this just wouldn't survive to a format where it's a deck that just basically is nib me turbo, which is kind of easy for this deck to deal with, especially with the amount of hand traps you can main in this deck and its tangible engine. But yeah, 4th-ish place. The deck is really good, at least I like to think so, if played properly. I always feel like I'm not doing enough with this deck, because the amount of lines you can do with this deck, like there's so many different lines you can go down just off of 1 to 2 cards. A lot of lines I keep looking back on afterwards and realizing that I could have done, but I think I did the best of my ability. So my rounds, I'm trying to remember what I went against. Round 1 I went against Mayakashi Bone Tower FTK, which was interesting. I didn't draw any hand traps and he was going first, so I thought that was probably going to be it, but then he card destructioned me and I drew into Nib Imperm and full combo still. So I nibbed his Unizombie, he passed, and he just scooped it up there when he saw I was playing. He went first again, and I drew Imperm and he scooped again. So yeah, that I took 2-0. Round 2 was against Kashtira, which I lost 2-0. Game 1, I was going first, and I was preoccupied at the time, and I made a really lackluster end board. I could have done more. The guy I played against even said, there's because he's played the deck before, he even said there's a lot more you could have done. And I knew I could, it was just the fact that I was having multiple conversations while I was playing the game, so that's down to me. And then game 2, I opened, like, nah. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, like, that good. But, yeah, lost that. Round 3, I went against Kashtira again, which I 2-0'd this time. I went first, couldn't break, he goes, draws, tries to break my board, can't break it, passes. I walk into him with like Machinex and stuff, made Zeus and a new Machinex, and I still had Wave Caesar with 2 Summon Negates as well. So basically after he went Theosis again on the turn afterwards, I negated that and he was like, yeah, we'll just scoop it up. And then he went first, he bricked, and yeah. Yeah, that is how it is. And then round 4 was against Cyber Dragons. He made me go me go first. I made a mid board, which he broke with like a Lightning Storm Raigeki, and then OTK'd me. Then I made him go first. He bricked, I OTK'd him. And then he made himself go first in game 3. He bricked, I OTK'd him. But yeah, locals was fun regardless, and yeah, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to get into the deck. I'm probably going to show the side deck as well, so I'm just going to move that out there. Right, for the main, we have 3 copies of Kepler. Such is the contract. Summon it off 1 for 1. Bates Ash. It is what it is. This card on its own is just good. There's so many 1-card combos, 2-card combos, 3-card combos, bro. This deck is renowned for having so many different combo lines and being utterly difficult to play. But yeah, this guy has a contract. He has a relevant scale effect that can come up sometimes, which didn't come up when I was playing, but it can come up theoretically. Free Copernicus, Foolish Burial, for any contract or DD. You don't typically dump contracts. There was a time I dumped the patent license to get another resource back, but it doesn't come up that much. Free Swore Slime, this lets you fuse, and basically this on it, this plus like another name lets you play around Nib, which is really cool. And it can summon one from hand, which is how it does like its playthrough Nib shit. Free Griffin, one of the best pieces of support this deck ever got. It literally, like, the fact it has free effects in its monster effect has caused so many issues with people I play against, because they've always, because I declare the effect to, like, pitch and draw one, and they'll read it, and they'll be like, it doesn't say that, and I have to literally just, like, go through the line of it and just point out which effect I'm doing, which is hilarious. The one-of dudes, we've got one Necro Slime, it's a fusion from Grave, which also plays into, like, playing around Nib and stuff. One Lamia. So what you do, typically, if you're doing the one card Copernicus combo, you dump this. One Typhon, this fuses into High Genghis, which can get you a Spell Trap negate in your turn and get you another Reborn, basically. Then for the Scale dudes, we've got probably my favourite card of the deck. This card is ridiculously good. Yeah, the Go Divine Zero King Rage. This dude literally just says, okay, you didn't nib me, you didn't hand trap me, well, you ain't doing that for the rest of the turn. Yeah, you just tribute a dude, apply one of his effects, stop them from using the spell trap zones, or stop them from using the effects in hand or grave for the rest of the turn. This dude just gives you protection if you hard draw him. Like, hard drawing him isn't even that bad, so I kind of enjoy, like, just, like, hard drawing this with Swore Slime is pretty decent. Cerberus, Spell Trap Pop, it helps this deck mince the fucking back row matchups. Comes into a Siegfried combo as well. Ragnarok, he's a Reborn, and he has a relevant banish effect when he's a monster. Oh, that's Offra, sorry. And then this is Cerberus. Cerberus changes the level of a dude. It has a monster. I don't know what his monster effect does, I'm not gonna lie. If it's pen summon from the hand while you control a DD monster other than Cerberus, target a continuous spell engrave, add it to... Yeah, no, it's not relevant. And then one Thomas. This comes up for lines where you need to put Griffin and Thomas in scale when you have a contract, so you can pop the Griffin, Thomas add back Griffin, and Special Griffin. For the spells, we'll start with the contracts. We've got Free Gate. This is the rotor of the deck. It's a very good card. And then one Swamp King and one Pattern. This helps in, like Pattern is another, like, piece of support they got in Battle of Chaos, and it's so underrated how good this card is. Like, this card just... like, if you're going against a mono type deck, like a mono extra deck type deck, like Kashtira, like if you're going against like a deck that only summons Xyz, or like only summons Lynx, or something like that, or like Sword Soul, like this helps against Sword Soul as well if you can make Siegfried. It just FTKs them by itself. Like, it's quite literally a D barrier, and it's not even once per turn for the effect as well. And if they out it, you just add back a resource. It's funny, and it burns them as well, so you can win in time. This is like a fusion. So that helps to net more like fusion advantage off of the dudes to add shit back or reborn them. Free Pyrrhus map because it ties in with a card I'm playing, and it's also just a really good search card. And then the 1-for-1 because getting Kepler or Necro Slime or just something good off this card is just added benefit. And then for the traps, the one Headhunt because it's Widow Anchor on steroids. Now, hand trap lineup. I played 10 hand traps. I played 3 Ash, 2 Nib, 2 Veiler, 3 Imperm. I wanted to play 12, but my main issues were, 1, I didn't have a 3rd Nib. I would have played a 3rd Nib if I had access to it. I didn't want to play more Veiler because the idea with Veiler is it's not good in the cash matchup because it's not resolving under a Rise Heart. Which I can understand you do it before a Rise Heart, so it doesn't really matter. So that's kind of my logic with keeping this in the main anyway. But then it's like, if you do go against the cash matchup and they've shifted you and you can't use this, it's just like, if you know you're playing the cash matchup and they're playing shifter, you can just side this out for better cards. Like Gamma and stuff, which I'm playing Gamma in the sides here. You can just side like this, and like, because if you know you're going second, you side this, the Headhunt, and probably one of the Pyrrhus maps out when you're going second. So yeah, you've got at least some decent side slots. Imperm's just good. Ash is good again. I'm glad this card's actually seeing use so I can actually play it again. And then I need to get a 3rd Nib. Yeah, that was the main. It's dead on 40 cards. probably would have played like 42 because it's pretty sound number for this deck. Extra deck, free Gilgamesh. This card is fucking busted. I love that. This card is so ridiculous. It's Beyond the Pendulum, but better. This is made before Beyond the Pendulum, and it's just better in every way. This card is just better. They destroy this card. Oh, cool. Reborn one or summon one from the extra deck. This card's fucking stupid. One Zeus. Need to remember to give this back. 2 Machinex. When, how, and why was this made? Yeah, once per chain steal is pretty good. 1 Tell, 1 High Caesar, 1 Low Caesar. That's the rest of the Xyzes. These two are just part of like combos, basically. These two are just part of different like combo lines. This guy's just like what you make to play around Nib. And then the reason I said Reese map ties in with a card in my extra deck is because I'm playing Psychic End Punisher. Didn't summon this once at all. I had the option to, but I didn't think it would be that good in the cash matchup because it's just like yeah, my life points are low and this thing's gonna be huge, but like I wanted to prioritize actually making sure he couldn't like evenly me or anything. I wanted to make sure I had the resources to do other stuff. 1 Bright Armageddon. I summoned this off of Gilgamesh, and the guy couldn't target my stuff for Imperm, so I guess this came around, because he just target protects everything. And then Siegfried, Spell Trap Negate. Its life point gain effect also came up as well, which was funny. For the fusions, 1 high, 2 low. Reborns and a Spell Trap Negate. This guy has another effect that I've never read because it's just not relevant. Side deck is 14 because I didn't find one last slot. Kill me. Yeah, bite me. Yeah, kill me, bite me, roast me, yeah. Gamma Package. Good going second. Didn't see it, saw the driver. Pain. Eclipse. You have to be playing this card in some way. If it's not in your main, it has to be in your side. If it's not in your side or your main, then you're doing something wrong in this format. Just play this card. You kind of don't have an option. Dark Rulers. Honestly, these are probably going to come out for evenly. This card's mid-as into the cash matchup. The fact this doesn't stop the Shangri-Era Zone Lock is kind of stupid, but, you know, it is what it is. 1 Harpies. Didn't come up. 3D barrier. There's a lot of Sword Soul at my locals, so gotta be ready for it. It's good into branded as well, but if they have lost, you have to preemptively do it, which isn't ideal. But yeah, that is the list that I played. I hope you enjoyed. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm going to be taking this to OTS Championships in about 2 weeks, and hopefully I'm not going to get absolutely mollywopped. I'm not expecting to do too well. I'm expecting to hopefully win a game. If I can win a game, then sure, I'll take that. But yeah, I may have another profile out tomorrow because I'm off to a tourney at my little local place for the Trap Trick Structures, which hopefully I'll get evenlies for this. Prage. But yeah, that's it for the profile, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and peace.